the meaning of this draft is so little. They can't do too much because it's like they don't want to maybe upset and create imbalance. I think that's a major thing within this. Like, you move some people around, imbalances start appearing, whether it's on SmackDown, whether it's on Raw. You'll make one division stronger than the other. Some show might have a great tag division, the other show's left with a rubbish one, and then a great women's division, and then a rubbish one on the other show. Like, this is the problem that sometimes the draft creates. And I'm watching this draft from this past week, and I'm just trying to wait for something exciting to happen. But more time, and they did say this when they were, getting ready for the draft. It's as important to acquire new and top talents as it is to keep the top talents you have. The WWE Draft. Yeah, let's talk about it. What's the point in it? And first and foremost, I would like to put my hand up and admit I'm an idiot. Every year I sit down, and it's not like WrestleMania excitement, but I get myself excited for this draft. Thinking, believing, having faith, no matter who's at the helm. Vince, Mick Foley, Stephanie McMahon, Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon, Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis, Triple H. I can name them all, and I've all given them a bit of faith, thinking we're going to turn it around this year. The draft is going to mean something. And this WWE draft, this brand split, it don't mean jack. It don't mean anything. And I need to stop lying to myself. First and foremost, I'm a grown adult. I think we let somebody kind of show you who they are and what they're capable of, and you believe it. And in most instances, that's the case for me. I do believe it when I see it, but for this, I just keep giving the WWE draft a chance. It's disappointed again. It's really disappointed again, and I don't feel like it has any real meaning or implications at all. I was speaking to my guy Delboy, Rest Things, and he said the draft is simply to introduce NXT talents to the main roster. And you know what? He's right. Because that is all that matters on the WWE draft. We have Carmelo Hayes, and I'm going to talk about Carmelo Hayes because he's brilliant. Carmelo Hayes is official. He is going to be a member of the SmackDown roster. We had Bron Breakker, who was recently called up. They made a big deal about him signing to SmackDown eventually, and now he's moved to Raw in the draft. Had a match on the night on SmackDown, but he's moved to Raw. A big signing, which they're trying to put off as a big signing, but I guess it's a surprise signing, a left field signing. Kiana James from NXT called up as well. Called up to the main roster. Now, big up all of those guys. I'm sure a nice little pay rise comes with that and stuff. So yeah, brilliant for them. But the meaning of this draft is so little. They can't do too much because it's like they don't want to maybe upset and create imbalance. I think that's a major thing within this. Like, you move some people around, imbalances start appearing, whether it's on SmackDown, whether it's on Raw. You'll make one division stronger than the other. Some show might have a great tag division, the other show's left with a rubbish one, and then a great women's division, and then a rubbish one on the other show. Like, this is the problem that sometimes the draft creates. And I'm watching this draft from this past week, and I'm just trying to wait for something exciting to happen. But more time, and they did say this when they were, getting ready for the draft. It's as important to acquire new and top talents as it is to keep the top talents you have. And this has led us to a very unexciting, uneventful draft where more or less everyone is staying where they are, because they already announced before, during the week, I think they did, that champions are staying exactly where they are. And now it's just like, who's moving then to create any excitement? Ultimately, it's the champions, if anything, that you like to see move around a bit, because now you can create new challenges, new stories, new feuds. Roman Reigns, before the draft began, he's come out and he said, yeah, miss me with that. Like, I'm not involved. I don't want anything to do with this draft. And the reasoning was good, because obviously he's not going to be on TV for some time. So it's like, there's no need to include me. But obviously, I can only imagine that's going to be a thing where he's a bit of a free transfer. He's above the draft. He's above the brands, and he can go wherever he likes. And that will probably be exercised more so to see, okay, TV ratings, who's not doing well, SmackDown or Raw, let's stick Roman there. So, I mean, I get it. That's probably probably the only decision that really makes sense to me personally. And we see the likes of Nia Jax move over from Raw to SmackDown, and I think, okay, she's not really doing much on Raw. They're clearly not going to make her champion anytime soon because they've had a couple of opportunities to do that. The one thing that excited me about Nia Jax moving over to SmackDown is that, she can join the Bloodline. She can join the Bloodline story. But I mean, ultimately, I shouldn't be looking forward to a draft for something like that. I don't think. It's a weird one. I just feel like this is the last time that they're pulling the wool over my eyes. I think that goes with a brand split as well, because now I don't know if they're really going to keep to this brand split. In recent times before WrestleMania, people were going all over the place. Not just the top stars in the top stories, people were going all over the place. So I don't understand what this draft is supposed to do. Again, this could just be a WWE thing, give it like a sports feel, a bit of a sports element and all of that kind of stuff. I will say the presentation of the draft was really good. It was fun. You know, the two GMs in their war rooms with several WWE Hall of Famers that, I don't know, that they've called in to help them make decisions on the night. I don't know why they were there. But after the presentation and you peel it back and you look at it in the cold, you know, the cold light of day, this is just pointless. This just has no meaning. And yeah, a lot of people have said it. It's not like, you know, you watch Raw and you don't watch SmackDown, or you watch SmackDown, you don't watch Raw. This isn't like two football clubs that are opposing each other that you hate one. You're a fan of WWE. You watch everything, no matter how you watch it, whether it's TV, whether it's YouTube clips, whether it's through Twitter clips, whether it's through illegal streams. You watch everything, you know, if you're invested. So it's weird to kind of try to pit them up against each other in this way, and then a brand split, and then it's like they just hop over shows all year long anyway. So like I said, this is the last time for me I'm gonna be overly invested. Derek was right. This is for NXT to really get their talent onto the main roster, and so far that's another thing that I don't think has quite delivered. They said that talent can move to NXT as well. They've included NXT in the branding of the draft because the yellow's there. So I mean, make it exciting at least. Let's see some people move to NXT. And I'm still here trying to book this to make this good. Just, I need to get over it. The brand split means absolutely nothing. The WWE draft means absolutely nothing. And look, just tell good stories with whomsoever you have on each of these shows, and I think we'll all be all right.